This is a video on Class 12 Commerce, and today we are going to start with Chapter 2, Capital, Fixed and Working. So the first topic of discussion is business finance. Now we all know that without finance, whether it's cash or credit, a business is unable to run. So any arrangement of cash and credit is important for the business to carry out its operations smoothly. So here is a definition given by B.O. Willer, that is, business finance is concerned with the acquisition and utilization of capital funds in meeting the financial needs and overall objectives of a business enterprise. It is said that to be the lifeblood of a business without which a business cannot carry out its operation. Now, as we know that blood is important for a human being to stay alive. Similarly, for a business, its finance or fund is important for its existence. Now let's discuss about the importance of finance for business. So since finance is the lifeblood of business, we know that it is important to raise, employ and disperse these funds efficiently. Otherwise, raising the funds or bringing capital in the business will get wasted if we don't disburse this in a proper manner. So finance is required for establishing an enterprise, for purchasing of fixed assets and current assets, for the expansion of business, its growth. If you want to modernize the business by improving the technology, bringing some skilled workers. So for all this purpose, we need finance. So here are some importance of or benefits of a business concern. That is, we can pay our liabilities on time. So if you have enough capital with you, so you can quickly pay off your debts, and this will help to raise your credit standing. So next time you can easily get funds, or you can easily borrow, not borrow, actually your supplier will be eager to sell you goods. Second point is taking advantage of business opportunities. Now see, if you have enough capital now, and suppose you get an opportunity to buy a bulk of stock at a low price. So if you have enough money now, you can quickly buy those bulk and keep it in your stock. So this type of facilities you will be getting if you have enough capital. Third point is smooth running of the business. Now see, if a business has enough capital, it can continue with its work without any interruptions. Whether there is a strike, there is a off, there is certain problems arising, still you can continue your work. The fourth point is to improve efficiency of the business. Now, how to improve the efficiency of the business? That is, you can replace your plant and machinery or any other assets which has become obsolete, or which you see that this need some modification, or you need some new technologies to be installed in your business for for the growth or expansion purpose. You can quickly make some changes in your business. Next one is facing crisis and adversities. Now see, there in business you will always face some crisis period. There will be recessions, there will be certain obstructions while you expand your business or while the business continues. So if we have enough capital, or the business is having enough capital, we can overcome such crisis confidently and easily. Next is purchasing of assets. As we know that it is very important to have finance, because we need to purchase some fixed assets and current assets for our business to start, or during the course of business also we need to purchase certain assets. Next comes bridges gap between production and sales. So see, when we produce something, and the period from which this productions or this finished goods are coming into the market and the sales is being conducted, it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes the time gap is short, sometimes it is long. So this period, you cannot sit idle. The business has to continue. The business has to continue with its production and other works. So here the finance will help you. Here the capital or the finance which you have raised will help you to run the business smoothly even when your some part of the capital is being stuck. Next, the last point is paying wages and salaries on time. As we all know, we need employees to run a business. So we have to pay the wages and salaries on time. Next, let's talk about the nature of business finance. So the first point is that it includes all types of capital and funds used in the business. Now, a business finance can be in a sort of share capital, debentures, loans. It can be any type of capital or funds which is raised by the business. Next is, it is required in all types of business. So yes, whether it's a small sole proprietor business, it's a partnership, it's a company, it's a large or small, never mind, whether it's a manufacturing or trading business, in every business, whether large or small, whether what type of it is, we need finance to run a business. The third point is, it not only estimates the amount of fund required but also identifies the sources of fund. Now see, the work of business finance is not only estimating that what amount of fund is required for my business to run. I have also to think that from where will I raise this fund? What is the source of this fund? The investment, where will I utilize this fund? The management of this fund or the earnings which we have made from this fund, and we have also to learn how to control this funds. And the last point is, the amount and availability of funds will determine the scale of operations of business. Now see, obviously the scale of operation of business is always decided on when I am getting the finance or fund. The availability of the funds will decide that what type of operations or in what scale I am going to produce the goods and services. Now, we'll talk about the sources of finance for different types of business firms. Now, we all know that capital is invested in the business for the purpose of profit. So, and we have also learned in class 11 that there are some sort of businesses like sole proprietor business, partnership firm, and joint stock company. So let us learn in this part that what type of capital is required for these three types of business. The first one is sole proprietorship. Now, sole proprietorship means it's a small scale business in which a single owner is handling the business. So in that case, the capital amount is limited. So a single person or the owner himself can bring his capital in the business, or he can borrow funds from his family and friends, or he can take short-term loans or long-term loans from bank and financial institutions. Now the sole proprietors get short-term loans on the basis of their working capital from commercial banks. Now, the state governments and the central government are also helping this small scale entrepreneurs in order to boost their efficiency, and the government is encouraging this entrepreneurs for self-employment. Next comes partnership firm. Now, capital for partnership firm, as we know that partnership firm consists of at least 2 members and it can be more than 2 members. So basically from a partnership firm will get capital from its partners. That is, in an agreed amount, they will bring their capital and also distribute their profit in the agreed ratio. Also, if the firm is not new, it has been running for quite some time, so in that case they can also utilize their retained profits. That is, each partner will contribute their written profits, and that will be utilized as the capital of the firm. They can also take loans from the banks and financial institutions, and also there is another way that the firm can take loan from its partners. Now let's talk about the last point, that is joint stock company. Now joint stock company means it's a large company where there are many owners or many members who and comes together and form a business. So in this case there are many members who have joined this business. So many owners or many members are contributing their share of capital and joining the business. One is that source. Second is issue of shares. Now issue of shares, you have gone through the share market and all. I mean, you know that the total capital of the firm is subdivided and those part is being sold out so that new members can purchase this and become a part of the company. So this is the way to raise funds for these companies. Second is they can also utilize the retained profits or reserves that has been kept in the firm if it is running for a long period of time. Then there is another mode of raising fund, that is debentures or loans. That is, debenture is the company is borrowing funds from the public and it will pay interest to the public. And also it can take loans, that is short term or long term loans, from commercial banks or any financial institutions. So that's all for this part. Thank you.